From Keene in the Shire, the Liberty Media capital of the world, this is Daryl W. Perry, host of FPP Radio News for Wednesday, September 28th, 2016. Silver is trading at $19.07 per ounce. Gold is valued at $1,325 per ounce. And according to BitcoinAverage.com, the average price of Bitcoin is $608. Antiwar.com reports Doctors Without Borders, MSF, has released the results of its internal investigation into the Saudi Arabian airstrikes against their hospital in Abs, Yemen, finding that the sites were fully functioning health facilities and that there was no sign that the impartiality of the sites was compromised. The report concluded that there was no legitimate reason that the site should have been the target of an attack and that the Saudi airstrikes were unjustified and unprovoked and underscored a blatant disregard for civilians in the air war. MSF withdrew from Yemen after the Abs attack in August, noting that they were unable to get any real assurance from the Saudis that their hospitals would not be attacked anymore. The Saudi coalition had promised an investigation after the strike, but nothing appears to have ever come of it. The Abs facility attack killed at least 19 people and wounded 24. One staff member was among the slain. In addition to the staff, the hospital held 23 patients in surgery, 25 in the maternity ward, 12 in pediatric, and 13 newborns. There were no signs that the newborns nor indeed anyone else was a military target. In 2115 New England, there are no borders, no states, and no regulations, yet never has a more peaceful and prosperous place existed. But Mr. Drake's security company has seen better days. Faced with the prospect of waning power, Mr. Drake intends to replace the anarchy of New England with a government. But at what cost? Will anybody care? And can anyone stop him? Anarchy in New England by Joe Jarvis is available from Amazon.com and all major bookstores. UPI reports for the first time since the early 1960s, the United States has a full ambassador to Cuba, although the revived post might not actually come to fruition if Republicans in the Senate get their way. President Barack Obama on Tuesday nominated Jeffrey De Laurentiis to the position, since both countries now have restored diplomatic relations. Obama said in a statement, "I am proud to nominate Ambassador Jeffrey De Laurentiis to be the first U.S. ambassador to Cuba in more than 50 years. Jeff's leadership has been vital throughout the normalization of relations between the United States and Cuba, and the appointment of an ambassador is a common sense step forward towards a more normal and productive relationship between our two countries." De Laurentiis is no stranger to Cuba. Since 2014, he has served as Obama's top diplomat in Havana, but has not risen to full ambassadorship due to the lack of formal relationships between the United States and Cuba between 1961 and 2015. However, a U.S. trade embargo against Cuba, implemented after Fidel Castro's revolution took power in 1960, remains in place. However, De Laurentiis still needs to be confirmed by the U.S. Senate, an iffy prospect because the chamber is controlled by Republicans, many of whom do not favor improved U.S. relations with the communist island nation. For nearly 40 years, Robertson Roberts brokerage has been a trusted source for buying and selling precious metals like gold and silver. They also take Bitcoin for precious metal purchases and have permanently removed the minimum purchase amount for all orders paid in the digital currency. Call Robertson Roberts today for knowledgeable advice on buying and selling precious metals and a forward-thinking approach to new technologies. 800-874-9760 or visit online at rrbi.co. Reuters reports an Illinois man pled guilty on Tuesday to hacking the email accounts of high-profile female celebrities in a scandal linked to the online release of nude photos of Oscar-winning actress Jennifer Lawrence and others. Charging documents showed Edward Majerzik pled guilty in U.S. District Court in Chicago to one felony charge of unauthorized access to a protected computer to obtain information. While no victims were named in the court documents, Jennifer Lawrence and Kirsten Dunst and model Kate Upton have addressed the leak and online dissemination of their nude photos and interviews. The Chicago Tribune named those celebrities as among the victims, as well as U.S. soccer player Hope Solo. The Tribune reported that Majerzik told U.S. District Court Judge Charles Kokoris on Tuesday that he targeted celebrities going through personal information and downloading sensitive images. His lawyer, Thomas Needham, did not immediately respond to a request for comment. The newspaper quoted Needham as telling the judge, "There is no evidence of any effort by my client to sell or disseminate any images." Assistant U.S. Attorney Joseph Fitzpatrick for the Northern District of Chicago said by email that his office agreed to seek a 9-month prison sentence for Majerzik, who lives near Chicago. This has been FPP Radio News, online at fppradio.com.